Hi everyone, welcome back to episode 10 of Loca-Love, where the last episode, Hiwa and Ichitaro got to go on their long overdue date, and even though Ichitaro wanted to show Hiwa all these different places in this really small town, it ended up becoming a little selfie fest with Ichitaro taking pictures of him kissing Hiwa, and vice versa, I would say. And I wonder how many places they actually got to visit in total during that one day that they were able to get day offs from work for both of them. And now they got their date through. I wonder what's going to happen next before the only thing left on the menu is for them to be married. So anyways, afterwards, we returned to our normal self. Okay, so if you noticed, I've bullet up the text box again, and now we're back to this. What's wrong? Okay. Well, this kind of pillow talk has become somewhat of a routine by now. So after we finish cleaning up, we naturally slip into our positions. Well, I'm incredibly happy we were able to connect in the climax of each same time again and again. And even afterwards, especially afterwards. Well, I want to keep on telling her how good I felt and how happy it made me. And it was always after sex that I truly feel that we are together. Haha, yeah, Hiwa, you're smiling like you are the happiest girl alive. Of course. So we whisper to each other, our fingers intertwined. She caresses my hand when she answers, and her smile broadens. You know, you really like it when we laze around on bed after we do it, don't you? Well, I'm pretty sure it's obvious. So she gives my hand a tight squeeze. And when she confirms, staring into my eyes, I give her a questioning look in return. So, I want to tell you something. Sure. So for some strange reason, I immediately understand that she wants to talk about something important. Well, maybe it's getting across to me through the connection that we've created by making love over and over. Well, if there's anything you want to tell me, I'd love to hear it. And she would love to talk to him about this. So I draw her closer by the shoulders and look straight at her in the eyes. And she squirms a little, as if she's ticklish, pressing her bare chest up against smiling like she always does. So, long story. Okay, so let's start there. So happily starts talking. She must be glad that I'm willing to listen. So wait, what do you mean? Okay.
甘えん坊だったみーちゃんも気がつけばすっかり大人になって、だか から私、今までありがとう、今度は自分のために時間をって家を出してもらったんですけど。
So things like, well, I do appreciate that you've taken care of your little siblings, but now it looks like they're able to work and do well without you. Maybe it's time for you to see what you want to do yourself. And I think she mentioned something like that when her brother and sister came over that one time. But she's never told me how she felt about it, and that she actually had been feeling a bit lost. Well, I can't get what you mean when you first invited me over. But I find myself wondering if you simply wanted someone to take care of. Well, I don't know if that's the case or not, but it's like
だから俺に恋愛感情はないとか誤解させてしまってました。
But it's like, well, maybe she misses those old days and wants to revisit it. Well, to be honest, yeah, I did.
ごめんなさい。気持ちを素直に打ち明けようってなかなか踏ん切れなくて。
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's okay. Well, I do really feel bad for making you anxious as well. But it's not like I was completely off the mark, wasn't I?
はい。先輩にもたくさんおせっかい焼いちゃってますもんね。私、今でも。
Well, I wouldn't call it fussing. No, you are just being really attentive. Well, it's perfect though. Actually, in my mind, I actually decided that I'd love you to have you as my wife someday. And I don't know if she's ready for that yet, or they still have a bit of ways to go. Well, I just said that, didn't I? Well, I wish I should have been more smooth about that, so I could have be confident that you'd say yes. I just feel like maybe it's like well, I don't think I'm ready for that yet, so and just more kissing. She passionately takes my lips as if something compels her to. And she looks up at me with a loving smile.
私、もう世話は焼かなくていいよって家を出してもらって。
And I wonder if she misses those days.
でも、私はそれじゃダメみたいって一人暮らししてるとつくづく自分で分かって。
Okay, yeah, so there you go. It's like, well, maybe I'll just try to find a way to make so that I won't have to take care of the kids or like my siblings. But then when I moved out, I didn't realize how much I miss it.
だからやっぱり先輩の恋人にしてもらえたら嬉しくてまた世話焼きが復活しちゃいましたけど。
And the fact that I'm able to use my like caretaking motherly tricks or I'll say like habits, routines on you, that made me happy because I was able to go back to what it was before, the times that I enjoyed.
それだけでもダメみたいっていうのもよくわかるようになったんです。
And that's probably why it's like well, you don't have to do anything, just sit back and relax, don't worry about all the other things. And she was caught off guard when Ichitaro offered to help her do some of the chores. Okay, I see. Well, what?
今仮に実家に帰ってまたみーちゃんやせいくんの世話焼くような生活に戻ってももうダメなんです私。
Well, I'm not sure if well, I think it's like well, she did move out and if she goes back in, might be a little different, but I'm sure over time it will slowly go back to those same old days. And I kind of wonder if Mi-kun and or Mi-chan and Sei-kun have moved on without Hiwa behind them. And I think it might be hard to, well, let's take care of you again, because I'm...
足りないんです。
So my heart is pounding in my chest. And I feel like something big is about to happen. I'm tingling with excitement.
私は妹たちには姉で母親代わりで。
So maybe like, well, even if we change him, we will still see Hiwa as our mother or like a role model person.
だけど決してあの子たちの前で女にはなれないんですもん。
So I wonder... I'm not sure why.
小鹿ひわは一人の女の子なのに。
So taking care of her little brother and sister won't allow her to develop that side of hers. And Hiwa is still naked, snuggles up to me with a satisfied smile on her face. Well, I can feel the blood rushing to my head. So my pulse quickens and my heart now pounding audibly in my ears, almost drowning out Hiwa's whispers.
だから先輩だけなんですよ。
But the fact that I'm with you, maybe that will help me become more of like a woman-like person. So my girlfriend's sweet whispers. Well, so are making me feel like my entire body is glowing head to toe.
この世で先輩だけが私の全部を受け止めてくれる人なんですもん。全部受け止めてくれて、その上で私の将来まで欲しいって言ってくれた人なんですよ、先輩は。
Okay.
私それを今体中で感じてて、だから聞いてください、先輩。
Oh, I'm sorry for the quick advance. Of course, so go ahead, Hiwa. So what do you want you to tell me then?
ずっと一緒にいてください。
So can we stay together forever? Well, hopefully Ichitaro doesn't hesitate too much. I think he's just embarrassed to try to admit so.
小鹿ひわは小鹿ひわの全部で先輩が好きです。
Well, I never knew that love could leave you aspiring for breath. Well, that's the first thought that crosses my mind as I feel my throbbing heartbeat surging towards my whole body. So he tells Hiwa, "Of course I will. I am very grateful to. I'm very happy to." And he gives her a kiss. And I hug her as tightly as I can, as if I'm trying to tell her that I'll never let her go. And we completely forgot to have dinner that night. But we barely even notice, because we've completely satisfied as we embrace each other until morning. And with Hiwa quietly breathing in my arms the whole time. Okay, so next day.
二人でやると食器洗いもあっという間ですね。
Okay, so it looks like Ichitaro is helping Hiwa out with some of the household duties. And that's a positive sign. Well, I bet it would go even faster if we didn't flirt with you all the while. But if he was satisfied with it and Ichitaro was satisfied with it, then that wouldn't be a problem.
ちょっかいはぜひ出してください。
And of course they go, well, we want to make it exciting. We want to make this experience exciting. And if it's just gonna be like a chore, then I think it'll take twice the amount of time. It'll take longer because you'll get bored and tired of doing it. But making things exciting time will pass by quickly before you realize it. Which is good. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm not sure what I would do if you said that we should work even faster.
焦る必要はありませんもん。
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Some more kissing.
すごいですよ。何も言わないでぴったり同時にキスしちゃいました、私たち。
And now the fact that they're both in sync with each other. Well, we must have leveled up. And now it's like, well, we can understand each other very well. We can predict what's gonna happen next. Especially considering that you're now comfortable enough to take the lead in bed.
はい、先輩、私にされるがままで可愛かったです。
And second, well, I can detect and sense what you want to do. I can basically look at your non-verbal movements, and I can accurately predict what you want or what you're gonna do next. Well, I think I said this before, but I'm not sure how I feel about you calling me cute.
ダメですか?
Was that bad? Nah, it's actually very tempting to let you baby me like a mom.
はい、ママですよ。
Okay.
将来の。
Hey, is Ichitaro a little bit too old to be like a little son for Hiwa?
照れ隠ししないで、普通に甘えてください。
But I'm pretty sure Hiwa wants that, so I'll do anything for you. Okay, well, so can I rest my head in your lap?
はい、どうぞ。
Well, I love you, Hiwa.
うつ伏せなんですね。ちょっとびっくりでした。
Wait, I think he just plopped right into Hiwa's lap. Wait, should I stop then?
いいえ、私も大好きです。
No, it's okay. I love you. After we finish cleaning the breakfast table. And we've already are all over each other. We never got bored of flirting like this. And just like yesterday, we both had the day off work today. And it's nice that we can spend another whole day together, but... So Hiwa, can we... Uh-oh. Looks like a cell phone rang. And... I'm guessing that it might be the workplace. Like, hey, you're late for work. So our sweet, peaceful moment is interrupted by my buzzing phone. So we both almost jumped into the air. After changing looks, I begrudgingly have a look at the screen to see who called. My landlord? Uh-oh. Probably a heartbreaking moment. Hello, okay, no, thank you, for letting me know. Okay, yes, that's okay, thank you very much. Uh-oh. So what's the problem? So when I finish my call, Hiwa hesitantly approaches me. So what do you say? Well, so apparently my apartment will be back up and running the day after tomorrow. Uh-oh, so probably a heartbreaking moment for Hiwa. It's like, well, now my place is fixed up and ready to go. I think I should be able to move back to my original place. So for a moment, Hiwa holds her breath, and I don't blame her. And the fact that I have my own apartment had completely slipped my own mind as well. And it just goes to show how happy our life together has been so far. But that life only got started because I was temporarily evicted from my own place. Or more like it was just closed for repairs, and he had to find some other place until his place got fixed. And the fact that you're going back to your own place, you're going to be departing from me, right? But you know what? So I loudly cut her off on purpose. So you probably thinks that this is going to be the end of our sweet life together. Well, remember what I said yesterday? I really meant it. But still, it's like, well, now that we have our own place to live, it's not going to be the same as the time when we were living together. It's going to feel different. Yes. I gave her an affirming nod. Well, I'll stay. Well, this time, we were interrupted by a doorbell. Okay, so, I wonder who is at Hiwa's door. Okay. So in a certain sense, this is perfect timing. I could really use another second or two to think. Well, if all this happened, we were living on our own, separate lives, and now I can't see myself without Hiwa. But now that my apartment's fixed, I don't have an excuse to stay here anymore. Especially considering that my parents are paying the rent for that place. Oh, so they expect Ichitaro to be at his apartment because, like, well, we're paying for this, we're paying for your place, and you either use it or it's gonna be a waste. So what should I do now? And I think the problem is now over on Hiwa's side. So it's extremely unusual for Hiwa to shriek like this. So I turn my head and see what's wrong, and there she's frozen in place, staring at the intercom monitor. So she's covering her morning shock, and her hand is shaking with fear. Then a mutter escapes her lips. Uh-oh. Here comes the dad. And I'm sure the dad's gonna be upset that Ichitaro's living with Hiwa. It's like, so I was paying not only for your expenses but also for Ichitaro's expenses, right? And well, in real life sense, the dad is always the one that breaks up relationships and engagements. And there have been a lot of dramas where you see that the family wants the girl to marry some rich guy. Well, mostly for finances and the fact that, well, his finances, he's rich, he's going to make your life a much better life. Uh-oh. Oh no, what? A chill runs up my spine. So about an hour later, so after packing my belongings into my bag, I left Hiwa's place. Well, who would have thought? I find myself muttering under my breath. So only an hour ago, he and I were relaxing in the room and making out. But then my landlord called, reminding me that those times were never meant to be anything but temporary. And if that was the only issue, we may have been able to work out some sort of compromise, but and obviously the dad would be upset. So then Hiwa's dad had to come and visit her out of the blue. And what's more,
急ぎ駆けつけてみたら本当だったとはな。
So obviously he would be upset.
話は美和と清舟から聞いた。私に内緒でいい仲の相手を部屋に住まわせていたことはな。
Oh no, so we're heading for some drama. So apparently Hiwa had never told her dad about that I was freeloading at her place. There you go. So obviously it's like, so I'm not just paying for your expenses, I'm also paying for Ichitaro's expenses. And so this is what was happening all along. And then he basically sees like, well, this is some stranger guy that you pull off the street. And pretty much like he's leeching off of you, or off of me. So I was a little surprised to find out that if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. I mean, there's no way that any respectable parent will allow an arrangement like this. And Hiwa's dad seems especially dignified, seeing as he was all dressed up in a suit even though it's Sunday. And his expression was filled with pain. So if you had told a man like him about me, we would never have been able to live together in the first place. I understand it all too well. Well, I got lulled into a false sense of security when Hiwa said it was fine. And took advantage of her. And that was my first and foremost regret. It was arrogant for me to think that she would simply accept anything, but in the end, I just... And I think it's like, well, the kids, or like her siblings, they were all, I think they were just all excited. It's like, oh, look, our sister has a boyfriend. That's kind of cute. And then the fact that, he would just, I think they were afraid to, talk about it during that time. And the kids, little siblings, they just accidentally muttered it out, and they kind of got the dad into high gears, like, wait, something's suspicious about Hiwa. I allowed her to go live outside in her own apartment, and this happened. Or something suspicious is happening at her place, and I want to know what's going on.
二人を責めないでくれ。二人が話しているところを聞きつけた私が強く問いただしたんだ。
Well, he will also need to consider the fact that these are small kids, and it's really hard for them to keep secrets or to lie about it to the father. And I have a feeling that the father used punishment to get the kids to comply.
そして私は秘話を責める気もない。君、名前は
Right, so my name is Hiwa Ichitaro. Well, to tell you the truth, Hiwa, your daughter and I,
申し訳ないが、ご退去願えないだろうか。娘と話をさせてほしい。
Well, I want to talk to her in private. So in the end, that's all he had to say to me. So I had no choice but to oblige. And of course, I hesitated for a moment, but it's not I wanted to leave. I felt like I had to stand on my ground. But when I sneaked a glance at Hiwa, she was just staring at the floor in silence. And that probably meant that she fully intended to talk to her dad about it. In that case, I had no reason to argue with him. Well, I don't want to turn Hiwa's relationship with her dad sour, so stepping back was the only option. Well, he has every right to condemn me for dishonoring his daughter. So if anything, I should be grateful that he has let me leave. But I wonder if he was okay. And I'm not really sure, because usually this stuff always leads to drama. The fact that the dad bars his daughter from ever going in contact with the boyfriend ever again. And it's always up to the daughter to basically argue with her dad and convince him to open up and let her be with her boyfriend. So I wonder what she and her dad were talking about, and I kind of wonder what expression did she face him. And are they done talking yet? Would it be okay if I called her? Well, I think it's at this point it's probably better to give Hiwa some personal time, because obviously she's filled with emotions and she's probably stuck at what she wants to do. What I should do, I should apologize for being such an immature and thoughtless brat and for taking advantage of her, but still. And just as I reach for my phone, driven by the sudden urge to talk to her, it starts to buzz. Wait, it's Hiwa? Hiwa, are you okay? The dad calls. Sir? Yes? So I have to tell you something. Thanks for, So apparently it's like, well, I can't trust Hiwa being alone anymore. I left her alone hoping that she'll find a new life, and now that this has happened, it gives me the sense that there's no way Hiwa is capable of living by herself without going to any other problems, so therefore I'm going to take Hiwa back and she'll be living with us. And I think it's like, well, she'll be moving back out of this town to where I live, where I can be watching her all over again. What do you say? There you go. And I think it's like, well, she's too early to date, and maybe when she grows older, I think it's like, well, maybe when she grows older, she'll maybe find a better person to be with, a more mature guy, some guy with a business sense of attitude, and that'll ensure that she'll have a better life than when she comes to you. And after he hangs up, I stand frozen in place. So apparently he was moving back with her family, so that she won't be able to play around anymore. That means we won't be able to maintain a long-distance relationship, will we? I have the time to be staying around, but I have to talk to Hiwa as soon as I can. Wait, so is he gonna call her? Maybe, I'm sure the dad's gonna pick up and it's like, well, she's busy. There's nothing else that I should say to you. So panicking, I try to call her back, and there's no response. Well, no matter how long I let it ring, but what the hell? So it's best that you stay away from him permanently. So he hung up. I'm so sorry, senpai. I'm not allowed to answer your call. It's like, well, he's some stranger. You don't know what's bad about him. Maybe he's something secret up his sleeve, because he's just some stranger that you picked up on the street. And therefore, I don't want my daughter to be married to some person like him. And the fact that you hid all this from your two siblings, it really meant that this boyfriend is a questionable person. He may have something bad that you're trying to hide from us. And that gives me all the confirmation that he's going to be a bad person for you.
でもこんなの強引だし急すぎるよお父さん。
こんなことは言いたくないが、私を強引にさせたのも急がす。
So you understand that I can only argue against that. I'm sure that if I told him again from the start, I would have had the opportunity to live together with Senpai at all, and our love would not have blossomed. My dad's absolutely right. I stepped out of bounds even if it was for the sake of love. It makes total sense that he would come rushing here immediately after hearing about it from Mii-chan and Seikun. I understand that he cares about me and that he's doing this for my own good. I know that I've been bad. Especially because I was supposed to be the mother figure, the ideal older sister. And that's why I can't bring myself to argue with him. So my only option is to obey him.
お父さんお願い。ならせめてみーちゃんとせいくんには私から連絡させてください。
Well, it's too late.
あの子たちも気にしているだろうからな。わかった。お姉ちゃんから連絡して安心させてやりなさい。ただし、ここで頼む。
Well, that's the least I can do. So I think it's like, well, I'm back to square one. Back to another boring day. No girlfriend. Just being by myself. And I'm pretty sure Hiwa is no longer at his school. She's back at her old school. So I aimlessly start walking. And for a while, simply kept wandering around, not knowing where to go. And I don't think I could calm down no matter where I went. I can't even muster the energy to wipe the sweat off my brow. So I wonder if I will ever see Hiwa again. And there's only one thought that occupies my mind. Hiwa being taken back to her family home, and she isn't even answering my calls. And that means she's obliging with her father's wishes and didn't resist. And he was a good girl, and that goes without saying. She is the perfect older sister and a motherly figure. And it must have been a huge deal for a girl like her letting me stay at her place without her parents' permission. And that's why I can't object to her decision. Even if I don't like it, I completely understand. But in the end, our relationship is over. Well, it's over for now, but I think at this point it's up to them to see if they are going to try to fight back and get their connections restored. Well, I'm in a daze. I keep on walking. It's the only thing I can do. And looks like someone's calling Ichitaro. And I don't know who this person might be this time. So I wonder, who is it this time? And with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and stop here. And in summary, this episode mentions that it's too good to be true. The fact that Hiwa and Ichitaro's relationship progressed way too quickly. Start from episode 1 where I'm pretty sure Hiwa and Ichitaro both love each other, but they're afraid to admit so. And once that bond gets established, things progress so quickly, starting from Ichitaro staying at Hiwa's place, to kisses, to Hiwa being a housewife for Ichitaro, and to date in episode 9. And it's common to see that the parents are against this. And I'm pretty sure I've seen this a lot, even with visual novels, the drama, and out of all the things I've watched, I think there's only one where the dad turned out to be right at the end. And it was because the boyfriend that the daughter picked was not the boyfriend of choice. He had his hidden secret that she didn't know of, and at the end it got exposed, and it really proved that he was a bad choice. The fact that he went out with the daughter's roommate and they had a pretty intimate relationship, and they were actually caught having sex at a public aquarium, was at a hotel, and everyone took photos of it because you could see them through the glass, and it was quite a comical scene. So anyways, this is also a test to see how much Hiwa really loves Ichitaro, and vice versa. And if they really love each other, I'm sure they'll find every possible means to fight back against Hiwa's dad's wishes. So with that in mind, we're going to see how it all comes down in episode 11.